All right. So a few things on the docket today. Um, gonna practice as always, cause yes. Um, I recently got these really cool headphones by a company, by a random company. You don't get to know. I mean, I bet if you search online, you could probably find something similar. They're really cool. I don't want to talk about them because like the design packaging is like really like well thought out, and it's always really cool. Like especially on like I think they're a smaller company just based off of like Amazon. Um, they might be selling somewhere else, but yeah, they're really cool. So do that, practice, bitch about SolidWorks as always. I was gonna do one more thing, but I guess when I get to it, I'll get to it. Gonna start up some nice music. Well, no, I'll do that when I'm sketching. Hold on just a momento. That's my phone. It's funny. I feel. Oh, that's also my phone. Gotta answer a text with a plomb. All right. Um, I wanted to. I should. Knowing myself, I should probably make a list. So we're gonna talk about um cool headphones. Practice. And then I want to kind of, I mean, if you're watching this now, later, whatever, you can have your input on when would be a good time for me to stream. But um, I've been trying to manage a couple things. Like, I don't burn out. No one wants to burn out. But I want to be consistent throughout the week. And there's like, some few minor things that, I don't know, you might not think about when setting a schedule for anything else, but for this it's a little more specific. And I have a couple of things where like on certain days I will not be able to stream no matter what, just based off of my schedule. So this is not in any order, it's just the order my brain decides. So I guess I'll put it over here. Anyways, I need tape. Hold hold hold, hold on. I am running all over the place today. I have a weird thing about branding, and it's just like a when you see like things that are like not sponsored or sponsored by blah blah blah. Um, first off, it's really weird that for this new stuff, streaming and YouTube stuff that and social media stuff that we people as creators have to say exactly when things are and are not sponsored. But TV has been doing it for centuries, and like it they don't have to do jack shit. So it's like kind of unfair and like it's unfair and it's weird and I don't like it. Um, that's one thing. But the other thing is that when a creator says they're sponsored by something, you know then that they've been paid. The other thing though is like, if you see a creator say, not sponsored by this product, that is in itself an advertisement. They're just not getting paid for it yet. Because they're saying that without getting paid, they're saying buy this product, and they have influence because they are influencers, not just simply based off the naming basis, but like, you're going to be more likely to buy something if someone you look up to says it's good, no matter what. Oh god, I forgot I gotta fix my I'm gonna write that down. Camera issue. Color issue. But yeah, if someone says they're not sponsored, that is, you know, a way to get you to purchase something. I don't know if people know that, or it might be just like a unconscious mistake. So, you know, unless I really just don't care, or if I'm gonna rip something apart, I'm gonna say what the name is. But if say I like a product, you know I don't have reach or influence over really anyone, but this is just me. This is what I prefer, and I wish that other people did. Is blocked out, you know, product names on videos or on things that they make, because advertising like and manipulation is just so prevalent these days, and I really hate it. Because I had fallen into it a lot at certain points in time in my life, about like getting something because I'd just been told 3,000 times by the company to get it, so I got it, and it made me feel terrible, and I don't like that. And I know people are going to advertise and whatever, and that's just going to be the, you know, it's worked so far, so people are going to keep doing it, but I want it to change, you know? Anyways. Now that I've covered everything up, and obviously if like you look at this stuff, you're probably, if you want to find it, that's the thing. If you want to find it, you know, you can just like search for an image that looks like this if you really want to know. And like that's the thing. It's like I'm not keeping anyone from figuring out exactly what it is. You could probably find it based off of like small things, and people are very perceptive. So like I'm just making sure that I'm not intentionally telling someone or unintentionally telling someone and advertising to them and making them make a decision that's not actually theirs. So now that that's out of the way, headphones. So the big thing about these headphones, when I do Uber, I have one of my earbuds in so that I can listen to the navigation without looking at it, so I'm safer. I'm a safety nut, okay? I'm a safety net when it comes to certain things, like this. And then I also use my headphones for going on a run, and I don't know, they need to stay in. That's like the big thing about that. But if you don't know already, I use bone conducting headphones when I'm not using my speakers on my computer. They're high quality and they're nice, and I like the aspect of them. It's not in your ears. My ears get itchy if I have stuff in my ears over time. They're not big, super like over the ear headphones that tamp down your hair and make you look ugly, and they just feel like they fit so much better with my life, and so much better with me as a person. It's really like a human-centered design win. So I wanted to look for bone conducting headphones again. Now these kind of look like they're in your ear. They're not. They kind of are. They're not. But one thing that I really wanted to, not the product itself is what I'm focusing on, is the packaging. If you deliver something really well to someone, they're going to remember that, because a lot of things aren't delivered well these days. So first off, you know when a company cares when this is magnetic. magnetically. They didn't have to do it. They could just do one of those shitty little opener things that everyone gets their hands stuck on and rips it apart anyways. Good win. And then it's got like, you know, features on the side here. So you flip it up and you got these. Oh yeah, that's what I ordered. Usually, you know, you'd look at something and be like online and like, you know, it's a weird thing. It's like, it's nice to look at, but you could literally put anything on here, because if someone's gonna buy something online, they're gonna already look at it before they buy it. They're not gonna, you know, buy it and then like, oh, what does the packaging say? It's meant for, you know, in-store stuff. So I don't know if they sell this in store. They might. Then you come into here and that's just like, my industrial design brain is like, oh god, I love you forever. I love you. And I might even, like, if I ever produce something and have packaging, you bet your ass I'm copying this. But yeah, it's just like very dynamic and shows like how to use, and it shows all the things and how to put it on your head, and it just looks good. And then the next couple of pages, you know, it's the how to use it, you know, actually people on the body and stuff. I always think of this as really weirdly sexual. I don't know if anyone else does, but it's like a woman pouring water on herself to get herself wet. Why is it a woman? It's always a woman. Why is it a woman? Why can't it be a man? Why can't it be some like chubby dude running on the side of a road, and then a car comes by in the rain and splashes them with water? Why can't it be that? Why does it have to be? Maybe it's just a stock image that everyone uses. You know, it's kind of like the part of me that's like, how am I being influenced right now? What is this? What is this trying to do? Yeah, I don't get it. Anyways, come up into here. Really cool. These boxes right here are like lifted out of this area, and same as the case. Very clean looking. Unfortunately, it doesn't stay open, but you know, you're only going to be here taking things out. So, you know, it's easy to take these little bricks out. And I thought this was just one big thing. It's not. It's, first off, very well form fit. Second off, there's these little boxes. And then this one is just, you know, one box. It's really cool, and they're really easy to take out. There's like some foam padding in here, so it makes it all fit super nice. But like, it's just so seamless. It's nice. So there's this comes with like a charging case, and then this is like a, I took this stuff out, but this is like a at-home charger, so you can just charge just the headphones, which, you know, it looks cool. Practicality wise, okay, whatever. I'd rather you take the money and put it into making better headphones, but okay, it's interesting. I admit. Oh god, I'm there's so many, there's a lot of different products that I've bought over time that have, there's a few that have really good packaging, and I just have them. There's just like a closet somewhere that has all the really cool packaging design. But then this here, it's the same thing. It's kind of raised up, and you just pick it up. It's got a decent amount of heft to it. And yeah, it's there's like a, I'll show you a little later, but it's magnetic opening. And the earbuds that I had before, there was a magnetic opening too, but when you shut it, it made this like tink sound, like, you know, it's closed. Oh god, I think I'm opening it weird. Yeah, got a nice shutting sound. You know, I don't know if they probably thought about that. Anyways, you get to here. Here's the headphones. Very sporty layout. Take them out. I don't know if you can hear that, but it powered on. Oh god. Purring! Warning label in a different language. Probably not meant for the US market, but whatever. It's got a nice little left-right sign. Really cool. The thing about these headphones, though, that are really interesting is that up here is like a contact patch for that bone vibrating part, and you'd think right here's the earbud. It's like, well, why would they have an earbud? It doesn't go in your ear as far. It just kind of sits on the outside to lock it in place, which is really nice, and it blocks the other sounds. So with bone vibrating headphones, if you don't plug the ear canal, there's like sound leakage essentially, because it's vibrating the entire area, and you know, vibrations kind of go out your ear. So it's not as loud sometimes, but you can make it louder by plugging your ear. It's just an interesting feature. So this kind of plugs your ear a little bit, kind of leaves it a little open. It's whatever. It works. I like it. Anyways, magnetic in there. Turn off, damn it. Okay, power it off. Will it do the thing? It didn't do the thing. Maybe the case is not charged. Oh, got a little blinking LED light here that is also visible when the case is closed. That's some really cool stuff. The headphones are like kind of, yeah, they're headphones. They're like, you know, cheap headphones. The headphones that I had prior were, you know, noise canceling, ambient sound stuff, really secure fit. Kind of made my ears hurt, made my ears itchy too. But I guess the real test to this, it's the same price pretty much. The real testament of these, are they going to last, and is the left earbud not going to crap itself out like it did with my other earbuds? If it doesn't do that, then it's really good. But I just wanted to share that because I feel like I could make millions of dollars as a designer and still be broke as hell because I like buy shit like this, because I'm like, I love the design of this, like even the packaging and everything. It's really cool. I find it really cool. But I just wanted to share that because I found it cool and nice and nifty and interesting. I gotta find a place to put this. Yeah. Alright, that works. Oh, I gotta put these over there. Hey! I got it right on point. Okay. Talked about the headphones. I gotta adjust my camera. So, hold on just a momento. Base. Properties. Device. Configure video. I am not gonna do automatic white balance, because that is killing me. Yes, I know I'm adjusting my color. My complexion. I think that looks good. Maybe. Face, sure, why not? Exposure, no. I don't want to change that. Yeah, it looks good. Focus, autofocus is pretty cool though. Alright. Fixed it. Fixed it. Oh god, I fudged it. Oh, there we go. Perfect. I fixed that. I was looking at a past video too. I'm going to do it. I'm gonna make like a channel video or whatever for YouTube, and then I'm gonna make like a interesting moments, because I didn't realize that I'm just my brain is flowing whenever I'm doing this, and I make some interesting stories that I told, and some interesting remarks and quirks and things that I didn't really think I did, but I do. So I'm gonna make a little video out of that. I used to know how to do how to use Adobe Premiere because I have the whole Adobe suite. I used to know how to use Adobe Premiere in college. I used it for a little bit, and then I didn't use it, and then I forgot. So maybe that's why I like relearning how to do sketching, is because I didn't do it in a little while, and I literally just forgot all the things, and I hate that. There's a certain part of me that thinks that I remembered something, but no, I probably forgot a lot. Same with SketchUp. I also just think SketchUp is a shitty program for design. Like for product design, it's great for houses and layouts and architectural things, for simple architectural things. I really wonder how that company is doing. It's like, you need to be very proficient in SketchUp. Bitch. That is not a good. It's like saying, you know, You have to be very proficient in Microsoft Office. You know, we need you to know how to do that. Because if we require anything else, we'll have to pay you. I'm not getting paid anyways, so this is what I get to do. Alright. Schedule. I'm actually gonna... You know what? Let me try something. I'm gonna open... I'm trying to open a, like a little... Oh god, a little document thingy to write on to show you my thoughts so you don't have to read my scribbles. Text? Add text to your screen. No. Media source. Color source. Image. Browser. How do I... I just, it's a text document. It's not like text. Alert box. Oh my god. Why am I tired? That was really weird. HTML? Hold on. Oh god. Where'd it go? Oh, that's text. What is this? What is this? Where'd it go? I am trying to... Browser source. Okay. Properties. Oh, it can only do URLs. Okay. So I can't do that. What is this? I'm gonna delete that. That is not something I need anymore. That was text that was on the screen. I swear I'm not an idiot. I'm an idiot when it comes to this, alright? I'm literally trying to put a notepad on a screen. Display? Capture your entire monitor. No. Color. Media. Image. Browser. No. Video capture. No. Audio. No. Audio input. Scene. Well, I guess I'm gonna draw it. Because fuck me, right? No. Okay, so I guess I didn't want to do this. But let's put it on browser. You get to see my desktop. So, and well, you can see part of my schedule. I integrate my schedule onto my desktop background so I can never forget. Yeah. This is partially wrong. I need to update it. I wish there was an easy way to update this. It's complicated. It's annoying. So, schedule. Oh god. I misspelled schedule. Alright. So currently Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And that's my schedule because Uber works kind of in the same way. Monday's the beginning of the week, which is nice because Sundays are actually really intense. There's like a lot of money to be made on Sundays, and so it kind of works a lot better for talking about the gross amount. Like, it just makes sense, and I like the way they do it. So pretty much my life is rotated around. I wake up, I do general things in the morning. That's like applying for jobs or something, or housekeeping stuff, or making a YouTube video, which I need to do. That's for the morning. And I stream from 1 to 4. And then I do a little bit of a break so I can eat and stuff, and then I do Uber from 5 to 10:30, and then I sleep immediately afterwards. So I'm just gonna have the streaming schedule on here. So one of the things that I like about my current schedule is that it works well, you know? So on Fridays, I have a tricking group that I go to, which is like, tricking is like off-axis gymnastics. It's chill gymnastics, essentially. And so I haven't been going recently because I did have an injury, but now don't have an injury, I just feel fat. So I need to go again. It's really hype. There's a lot of people there. I just need to go. So there's another one where I can go on Tuesday for less time to do tricking, but then that conflicts with an idea that I've been having, is that I want to be streaming. This is like, the idea of this is to have, you know, kind of this chill stream that you kind of do work to, whether you're in school or working or whatever. And it's just something that you're like kind of relaxed to, kind of put on in the background. Totally fine with that. So ideally, I'd want to do this Monday through Friday. Monday through Thursday. Friday is, for most people, Friday's the weekend. They're looking forward to, you know, doing things. So Friday and Saturday are the, you know, quote, weekend. And I could do like non-design stuff during that time, totally. So that's why the tricking works out the way that it does. So Friday I don't stream because I want to make money. I want things in life, like these headphones that are cool. They cost money. Not a whole lot, but like, I have lots of things in my life, like this. Anyways, and it's kind of like, Uber is my job. Like, it's something that I should instill in me to, you know, work. So I do Uber on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I've been inspired to take a day off. So on Wednesday, my day's pretty much open. There's like a group that I joined recently where I'm gonna be going to a bowling alley and interacting with people, make friends, because I don't have any in Chicago. So yeah, that starts up in October, and I'm just kind of like making space for it already. So I was inspired to take a day off because it's probably a good thing to do. And Wednesday kind of works with Uber, so I take Uber off on Wednesdays. But last Wednesday I don't think I streamed. Did I? I don't know. It felt great to relax, fully relax on a day, because I don't, you know, this thing here, I like it. It's fun. It can be a dread sometimes because I maybe don't want to practice one day and I know I should, but then I can just do something else, you know. So, but it is a good idea. While this is fun, it is a good idea to make space to take time off. So, the one thing that's kind of not the greatest is that, so I want Wednesday to be like a full free day, but, you know, I will interact with friends, and for now I have time off. And I'll be taking a break from Uber on Wednesdays. There's a part of me that's like, I should take Wednesday off as well. And I already have set in my schedule that Wednesday is off. But Friday's off. And for this streaming setup is that like Wednesday's a great day to stream because it's, if I'm having I'm working with people, and people are probably gonna have a tendency to join on Wednesdays because Wednesday's like the middle of the week and it's a real struggle. So thinking of streaming then, but then I won't have like a full day off. Then again, just stream, waking up, not doing anything in the morning, streaming, and then not doing anything in the afternoon. That's solid. Yeah, I'm stuck a little bit. Cuz there's a part of me that's just like, I'll just work all the time, all day, every day. And it's like, that's not the greatest. So I guess the way that I have to look at this is, what are the best days for me to be online? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It's Friday, people are out and about, or they have plans, or they're trying to just get shit done. Friday, I don't want to stream. Saturday, I could do something maybe less design oriented, less, zen like. Look at play some games and do some sketching. Look at that. Could join the bandwagon of streaming is only meant for video games, which it isn't, but anyways. Yeah, I can do that. Well, today is Saturday. I could do that today. I might. And Sunday is like the day that everyone, only maniacs do homework on Saturdays. Which I guess I'll be there for the maniacs. But I guess my target market for this is college students, and I do want to reach out and get some working class people, which means that I'd have to stream later in the day, and I can't because Uber's best time to work is late in the day. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, from like 1 p.m. to 4 p.m., I was doing shit. Like no one's around 1 to 4, like Central Standard Time. Like no one's around 1 to 4. I'm just thinking about time zones, at least for the U.S. That's another thing that's kind of interesting. Is that so? I'm Central Standard Time Zone. I'm Midwestern. If I start streaming at 1, anyone in the East Coast, it's gonna be like 10 a.m. And if I do any streams, or if I'm trying to reach anyone on the West Coast, it's gonna be like 2 p.m. So theoretically, maybe if I start, so I can't start like at 2 or something like that. I have to make block schedules for Uber. If I started, say, 5 p.m., ooh, how about this? Not that. I just dropped my pen. Monday through Thursday, later in the day. 5 to 10. God, I get so tired. 5 to 10, though. 5 to 10? 6 to 10. That's 4 hours. 10? Yeah, and it would kind of keep me here because I'm focused on Uber, and then I get distracted, and then I don't come home until very late. So keep me here, which is good. So Monday through Thursday, 6 to 10. Then, oh wait, I can't do it on Wednesday. Fuck. I guess I'll just have to take Wednesday off, which sucks. Maybe I can, when it comes, because it's not gonna come. I'm only gonna do bowling on like from October to December. So I could modify it just slightly. I think I'll do that when I get to it. So Monday through Thursday, 6 to 10. Saturday, Sunday, 1 to 4. 1 to 4? Yeah. Because I need to work later in the day, Saturday, Sunday, because that's where the best times to drive for. So yeah, I think that's what I'll do is I'll figure it out later. Modify later. So that means I would be going to midnight for people in the East Coast, and then I'd be going to 8 p.m. for people in the West Coast. It works. It works. Okay, so 6 to 10. Oh god. 6 to 10. 6 to 10. Then none on Friday. Then from 1 to 4 on Saturday and Sunday. This is kind of ironic because I'm not going to be streaming tomorrow, even though I said, I'll do a 1 to 4 on Saturday and Sunday. I'll post pictures on my Instagram. I love Instagram as like an app, so I will always be on there. Twitter, you get to see me, sure, whatever. I'll be on there. If you use it for notifications, I'll be on there for notifications, but that's it really. I use Instagram religiously. Like I love the story feature that they integrated. That's kind of like Snapchat, but it works for the platform. I like that it's just image based. Really cool. Anyways, I tomorrow got invited by Rivian, the electric truck company. Not like, invited. They're just like, hey, you follow our email and you're close by to our, production plant in Normal, Illinois. So why don't you come down and check it out? And I was like, I'm a Rivian fanboy since they got announced. So I can't afford it at $75,000 at least before taxes. But God, they're so cool. They're so cool. And I just, if I can drive one, like test drive it, oh hell yeah, I'm gonna do that. They're such a well executed company, and seeing that is such an awesome thing to see. For design and for business and for a lot of other things. It's really cool. I'm going to invest in their company as soon as I get to, just because it's like one of those things where like, I'm going to support you because I love you. But I'm going to be going to that pretty much all day tomorrow. I might stream. Actually, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it. On Sundays, the best time to do Uber is in the morning, not in the evening. Like, 1 to 4. So 6 to 10. Oh god. 6 to 10. So only on Saturday I'll stream 1 to 4, and Friday I don't stream at all. And then later in the year I'll have to change from on Wednesday 1 to 4. Just because it works like that. Yeah. So that gives me, if I leave at noon to do Uber, that leaves 6 hours if I really desire to, which I might at times if I get my shit together. Yeah, I think that works out a lot better. That'll really work out a lot better. Yeah. Cool. Streaming schedule. I might as well. Oh god. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Where should I put this? Current events. Personal lectures. Current events. References. Events. Streaming schedule. Cool. Now I'm just gonna update this on. I'm gonna have my times that I stream on Instagram. Then I should not do that. I should also. I'm gonna put it. I think on Twitch there's like an area for when I'm gonna stream. I'll put on Instagram. And on Twitch. I'll put it on Facebook. Cool. I figured out a schedule. Now all we gotta do is practice. Sorry, I'm looking at my sheet of paper and I'm like, I just marked it. I can't do it. I can't do nearly as much practice as I want to. So, hold on. I said hold on to my brain. I wasn't directly talking to anyone. I was talking to myself. Well, I talked to myself on this anyways. But, what I've found with like the practice that I've done over this past week, and really just this past week alone, is that in my sketching, my hair's weird. In my sketching that I've been doing, when I make boxes and I make things, and that's just really to warm. That's really just to like, all right, we're doing sketching now. Make sure my arm's moving in the right way. But the product that I choose next for like doing a really kind of detailed sketch to get my eye really focused and looking at stuff, and just as a confidence builder, I did shoes. I've been doing shoes for a little while because I find them easy to draw, I guess. Easy-ish. I got really good at drawing shoes. I don't know if it's just the perspectives that I've chosen for like the images. I got really good. That gets me thinking, well, the whole point of doing this is to practice and to get better. I don't practice drawing things that I usually draw. Like, the one thing that I really want to get good at is getting things out of my damn head onto the paper and looking how it does in my brain. That's my cheek, in my brain. And that's very difficult, and I know that's going to take a long time. But the other thing that I didn't really think that I should be doing is I should be practicing products that look similar to the stuff in my head, which is a lot of small stuff. I would like to make some products that are shoe related, but I work with a lot of like headphone gadgetry and like kind of smaller, more consumer electronic stuff. I don't draw that. I don't draw it for practicing. I don't really draw it at all. So what I should do for a lot of this practice stuff, just do my boxes, my lines, my circles, draw consumer electronics. And if it's just a phone, maybe I'll do a phone and then I'll do something else. Maybe I'll do a phone with an interesting interface, So that's what I'm going to be doing more and more of, is really focusing on consumer electronics and finding something that looks interesting, looks hard maybe, sketch it out as the practice. Because that, if I can kind of, what I discovered with the boxes earlier is that I drew a box automatically and I did the perspective how it should have looked. Didn't have to think too hard. So if I can replicate consumer electronic product without really thinking too hard, I feel like it's going to transfer further into being able to take stuff out of my brain and make it look the way it is, because it's similar. It's a little similar. But yeah, that's my cool little revelation. I make a lot of like little tiny revelations. If anyone ever asks me, how did you figure out how to do this in life? Or how did you figure this out? I have no idea. That's why I kind of like follow mantras, because I think that's how it does it, is that I just have things going in my head over time, just constantly, kind of like music, that like they're ideas about how I should do things. And I almost advertise them to myself. And then after a while, I'm like, yeah, I should go do that. That's why I have like love-hate relationship with current advertising schemes. It's because I know I know they are making you do things that you may or may not want to. So, you know, if I have all these revelations with the way that I think. So like there's no like clear cut step for a lot of the things I do, which is probably why I can't relearn things as easy. Is it's not like I did this and then I did this and then I did this. I just thought about it a lot. And then eventually I was like, that's a solution. Probably not the best, but it works. I like it. I like mantras. Practice makes. Oh god, it's such a that's so cool. I know, it's so cool. Anyways, gonna have some music playing here. Hopefully you can hear it. I'll figure out later. Alright. Gonna go to my hands. Hans. My Hans. Alright. I use my keyboard base and I use like a lot of other parts on my desktop area to kind of show where my boundaries are when it comes to this camera because I keep forgetting. All right. I'm just gonna do one dot and then I'm gonna try to get to it. Do slow lines, and it's okay if it's curvy. Just getting a nice basis. But the idea is to make a very straight line. If you find yourself curving off to the side a little bit or whatever it may be, use a dot, use something else. Again, this is just for a warm-up. And if you feel like your lines, if you're doing this or if you're not, feel like the lines are a little too curvy today, you can just do another sheet. Try to get some really straight lines going. Now what do? We have some nice quadrants. We do the ellipses. And this is to kind of give the eye something three-dimensional to latch onto. The illusion of a tube getting created. And the idea here is to go around and almost imagine like the pen is down and the pen isn't down, but then put the pen down only when you think you'll have it in the space. And just go once around. Maybe like a little bit, maybe like tap it just a little bit. You really just want to go once around. I'm actually gonna try to even put the pen down, start the pen. I usually start the pen here. I'm gonna try to start the pen in different spaces and see how that modifies the shape or makes it easier, makes it harder. Because ideally, I just want the cylinder. So to get to that point, maybe what I'm doing isn't working right now. Maybe I'm thinking about it a little too much. Kind of want to, as you saw with this, I was trying to do is I want to make the inside a little lighter and then darken it as it comes out to really give the emphasis that it's in the inside, kind of like what I do with the squares. What I kind of do with the things. What I do with the things. What I do with the squares. Squares. They're squares. They're not rectangles. Cubes. All right. Alrighty. Oh. Alright. Try with this side. It's a little harder for sure. I am kind of out of the boundaries. Really trying to get my brain to think about this. The music hurts my ears. I like just a little bit of music. I'll try to keep the level kind of the same for you guys, but you know, if there's I can't do classical music is and piano and chill music is really just to filter out some parts that I don't really want to listen to at the moment. There we go. It's looking pretty good. Gonna do a nice thin one. The top is what everyone can see. It can be dark all the way around. Sorry. Modify. That looks pretty good. Again, we're not trying to win a race here, trying to just get the cylinder. It's a little oblong, but it's okay. Curvy in some parts, not curvy in others. Alright. Looking pretty good. I already feel exhausted. But that's me. Alright. Gonna do the pinwheel of death. So the idea of this is, you saw with when I did the straight lines here, I did it in one direction because left to right across the page is the easiest way for my arm to go. But the idea with this is trying to broaden any angle, any direction really to go from, because I may not be able to just spin the paper to my liking. It might just be that the easiest or the fastest, the best way to do it to preserve how I'm looking at something is I'll have to draw it from a different way. Now, I also just don't want to be like moving my sheet all the time because that's kind of distracting to myself. So this is just a way to kind of hone in on that. And so with the other one, you saw that I made some guidelines going out because it's a little easier to draw that way. But the second one I always make a little more difficult. No guidelines this time. If I mess up, just keep trying until you get it. I know where the center is. Surprisingly, some of the hardest angles for me. Come on. This way, and this way. I can't see the dot for myself when I go this way, but I almost hit it like perfectly. Again, I can go super fast. That's not the idea, because go a little too fast, you just have the likelihood of making like a really big correction, which is not a straight line. Yeah. A little all over the place today, but I can still see the dot. I don't know if you can. I can still see exactly where I'm going. Avoid. Alright. The hell did that land over here? Right. Ta-da. God, I'm tired. I didn't eat enough today. There's a part of me that's like, you know, I'm gonna get really hungry and then I'm gonna be like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to continue on. Because I know that I'm gonna, if I do, I'm gonna finish early or try to finish early. And then go eat and then chill and then I go right into working, which doing Uber on the weekends is fun in so many regards. You get to meet so many interesting characters. Oh god, I want to tell I'll tell a story when I'm doing these, but you meet so many interesting characters and there's usually better promotions on Saturdays and Sundays, weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And so like a promotion is like if you get a certain amount of trips that you agreed to try to get to beforehand, before the weekend started, you get a certain amount of money. And I can generally guess how many I'm gonna do. I try to get like 13 rides a day for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I did have to up it to 15 rides a day so I can meet a quota, a certain quota that I set, to get a certain like prize amount, because I'm not gonna be working Sunday. But yeah. Anyways, it's more fun during the week. The work week, general work week, is that you know, it's chill. You're sitting for a lot of the time. You're just sitting around doing really nothing. I learn Japanese. I try to edit videos during the week. It's just kind of dull. It's a job at that point. But yeah, I'll make, I average like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I'll average about $30 to $35 an hour before taxes. But taxes, if you keep track of things and treat it right, don't really take as much as people think for self-employed. Kind of nice. Yeah, anyways, it's really fun. So, you know, while I'm like, the only reason why I would dread working Saturdays today is if I'm tired from the get-go, because that never really makes things fun. Because then I don't want to interact with people who are in the car and they're like, hey, how's it going? And I'm like, shut the fuck up. Not really, but like, you know, to a degree. But alright, I guess I'm gonna do my cubes on this side, and then I'll do a sketch on the other. So, oh man, there was this yesterday, one crazy story. There was two crazy stories that kind of like happened within like, you know, an hour of each other, which is like, oh great. I'm drawing this a little too small. It's like, oh great, you know, not the greatest night, but it was a fun story mixed with like a kind of crazy story. So the fun story is that I took some goyles, some students, girls. I don't know why I said it that weirdly, but I took them from Northwestern campus kind of into the city. And there were three in the back, one in the front. Yes, I know COVID guidelines does not regulate that, but you know, COVID guidelines, like, that's a whole nother thing. Like, when it was in its bad stages, like, I get that, you know, not having someone in the seat is going to decrease the likelihood of getting COVID, and that's probably probably a good thing. And Uber doesn't really like it when you know, go against the rules. They never really find out. But it was nice to have to just say like, no, 4 people can't get in my car. Don't wreck my suspension by putting 4 people in the back where only 3 people can fit. Like, it was a nice way to just be like, hey, you guys, you know, COVID still exists. Get the fuck out. But like, I got my vaccine. My understanding, my feeling about it is pretty tame now, so I allow people in the front seat. And Anyways, yeah, I was taking these people downtown. It was about a 30-minute trip, and everyone's so like scared. It's like, oh, it's okay if I make a call. It's like, do whatever the hell you want, just don't piss me off. Like, don't make my car a mess. Don't bounce around a bunch. Don't yell in my ear, and you're good. Make a phone call. Just do it. And so what ended up happening is that it was this. I'm an Uber driver. I hear everything. If you ever think you're talking quietly in an Uber car, you're not. Chances are the Uber driver is just passively listening and probably laughing along to whatever you're saying. And it's fine. It's chill, like I learned so many people's life stories just by accident, and I'm fine with that. But it was this girl who seemed like a freshman at the university. Ooh, that's off. I gotta do this first. Seemed like a freshman at the university with a long distance boyfriend from a different university, and the general sense that I got was that the guy on the other side was like kind of unresponsive and kind of not chill, and he was like drunk all the time, and it's like, oh, that's not good. Yeah, you're rushing for a fraternity, but like, oof, buddy, you're in a shithole and you're not treating everyone nice. But the girl was like, hey, I know something's wrong, just I'm here for you. Very considerate person. I was like slowly like tearing up on the drive, and I was like, I can't let them know. I can't let them listening, because I had my earbud in. Maybe they thought I was listening to music or something like that. It's like, I can't let them know they can hear me. It was so cute and so like my faith in humanity has been restored or something like that. It's like knowing that such nice people exist outside of just myself is heartwarming. And it was really cute, and I liked it. And then, if she was like, oh, I'm sorry on that phone call, I totally would have said, no, it was awesome, you do you. You're an awesome person. Never stop being yourself. Never stop living your best life. Anyways, that was the first fun story. The second not so fun story happened. It was my last ride of the night, because I was kind of in the city of Chicago, and I do live north of the Chicagoland area. And so I was trying to find a ride that gets me up north, and I really can't tell. Uber doesn't really tell you where you're going unless you like make them a bunch of money and you're at the platinum stage. Then you get to know where you're going, which is really shit. But yeah, so for Uber driving, I just kind of guess. I'm in a certain area. Someone's taking me 30 minutes away. Where am I gonna go? And I was like, when I first accepted the ride, I was like, okay, 30 minutes, and takes about this amount of time. We're kind of this close to the highway. Okay, we're probably going north. And we ended up going north, and it was perfect. So it was the last one of the night. And I was in Chicago. I don't know if anyone here knows that, like, of Wrigleyville. It's where the Cubs play. It's basically a shit ton of bars that are like Cubs themed and everything. Super overpriced and expensive, and to live there is nuts. Like pricing wise and just like activity wise, there's just so much stuff going on. Anyways, I roll up on this street. It's a one-way street in Chicago, which parking on both sides, of course. Kind of tight, but I have a compact car, and it's not too terrible. Get off to like one side a little bit, and I turn off my car to save gas. And I'm waiting. Nothing's really going on. Actually, I'm gonna have it this way. Nothing's really going on. I'm just sitting there like you do, waiting. It's taking a little while. I kind of hate it when people aren't immediately ready, because it's like, come on, you ordered the Uber, you know that it's gonna get here at some point. Be ready, damn it. It's just a little annoying thing, but whatever. Anyways, I'm waiting there. I see cars' lights behind me going down the street. I'm like, oh, damn, they're probably gonna come down. And they ended up coming down here, so I was like, all right, I'll try to help you out. I'll try to, squeeze off to one side. So I smushed my car as close to the parked cars as possible. There's absolutely no space for like any cars anywhere. I couldn't just like dive off into a parking spot. And I can't really do circles. I don't like doing that because then it makes it seem like, you know, I'm not. It's confusing for the person getting in the car. But so I'm sitting there, or I go off to the side. This car, it's about the size of a Subaru Forester, or well, it is a Subaru Forester. It's, you know, pretty decent size. Like most people in Chicago, they kind of size up the gap and then they just go. So like, based on how he drove, there seemed like a decent amount of room, and based off of where I saw myself, there's a decent amount of room. I was about, at this point, 2 minutes from, you know, just being like, all right, you didn't show up, I'm leaving. Another car pulls up, and hold on, this song is killing my ears. And so another car pulls up. It's a bit larger car, kind of the size of like a Ford Explorer or something like that. And part of me is like, is it a cop? Yeah, a big car. Usually, like, I don't know, I feel like cop cars around the area usually have like nicer cars. It was incandescent lights instead of LED lights, so I was like, and they're like pretty dim. And I was like, it's a car. And on the road, like, usually people when they're sizing up gap, they don't just go around like that. They kind of get off to the side to make sure they get the angle just right. This guy came up like right behind me, pretty damn close too, and I was like, guess you're waiting here. I have my hazards on, I'm off to the far right, you know I'm sitting here. That's weird. So the guy kind of like ends up doing this, which you're not going to get through a small gap that way because the angles don't really line up. So I was like, alright, I guess you're trying to get off the side. I'll try to squeeze even more off to the side. Squeeze a little bit more off to the side. The guy is now lined up perfectly. Not going. I'm like, I guess you don't have the confidence or the wherewithal to size up your vehicle and you just don't know how to do it. That's not my problem. There is space for you. Go, idiot. Person turned their brights on. I'm like, you're gonna get out of your car and punch me in the face, I'm gonna run you over, okay? Just know that. Like, I don't care, okay? Like, I'm giving you space. If you think that you need 5 feet of room on either side, that's your problem. So eventually what happens is I kind of hear a car open. It's like, I thought it was a door opening, but no, the person's still not there. There's about a minute left before I'm like, all right, Uber, the person didn't come, the rider didn't come. I'm gonna get the, you know, cancellation fee. I don't like doing it, but do the cancellation fee and then just be on my way. The guy gets out. It's this older gentleman, you know, slightly bald, gray hair, looks like a dick. Beer belly, like, you know, kind of like a stained white shirt. Like he'd been out drinking, and has like an old style Cubs jersey just kind of wrapped around his body. Guy like kind of saunters up to me, pulls out this like wallet like thing and kind of flicks it open. And it's a little, you know, little badge thing, and it has the ID thing, and it's like, oh, he's a cop. And he's like, any reason why you're blocking traffic here? Sorry, I'm a little loud. Any reason why you're blocking traffic? I'm like, it's total douche mentality too. It's like, any reason why you're being a dick? It's like, I don't know, asshole, why are you? And I'm, you know, I'm usually in this like kind of chilled out groove, just like sitting, driving. If someone talks to me when I'm driving, I'll talk back. I'll have a nice conversation, but I'm usually pretty chill. So I was just sitting there, like, kind of zenned out. This guy comes up to me and like rattles my brain. I'm like, I'm an Uber driver. I'm waiting for the car. You know, I'm off to the side. I'm waiting on the guy over here. Like, I've driven to really bad areas of Chicago. I'm not. My complexion. I shouldn't be afraid of the police, but I am. They've shown that they don't really care. It's like, if you think about it as a company, if you think about everything as a company, if you think about it as a company, they're Comcast level assholes. You know, they don't care about their user interface, or they don't care about their user interface. They don't care about their company. They want you to just continue as they have for the past thousands of years. You know, Comcast hasn't really existed for that long, but they don't change, and they know, you know, it's obvious that they should change, but they don't. And so it's like, I don't like you anymore. And like, you have the You have the sole discretion to kill me whenever you want. While I am a white man, I have a lot of privilege with that. That's still a possibility, you know. If maybe like the lighting's weird and they think I'm just a black man and like my car's not the greatest, impoverished black man in a nice neighborhood, then just shoot me because like, oh, that person shouldn't be there, you know. I'm dead. For someone to hold that kind of authority and to act the way that they do, that's scary. That's scary. So this, to continue on with the story, guy comes up, acts like a dick. It's like, any reason why you're blocking traffic? I'm like, I'm waiting on I'm an Uber driver. I'm just waiting on this house here. You know, I'm off to the side. He's like, well, you're blocking all this traffic. He points behind him, and I keep a general census of like what's going on around me. It was him and one other car behind him. The car behind him was smaller than his car. If he really wanted traffic to flow smoothly and he couldn't fit, he could pull off to the side and let this car through. Also, when he told me to take a look, I took a look, and he had the room to fit. He just didn't want to. He didn't want to get too close to my car. That's not my problem. That's your problem, sir. But he's like, look at all this traffic that you're holding up. You know, you shouldn't be here. And I'm like, I was slowly like coming out of my Zen state, and I was about to get like, super technical with him and like start quoting things about the law and everything like this, because that's what you have to do these days, because, just blindly trusting the police is not an option anymore. You have to be aware of the law, because that's the society that we're forced to live in these days. Unfortunate, it's fucking annoying, but it's how it is. So I was kind of waking up into that state, and I was like, I'm like trying to just keep things calm or whatever. He's kind of an irate dickhole old man kind of style thing. And my last kind of attempt before, getting, saying, hey, stop trying to power trip me, asshole. I was like, I just have to wait less than a minute for these people. If they don't show up, I'm gone. And he was like, kind of like calming down a little bit. He's still kind of, irate because he's not getting things his way because of how he's gotten things his way for however many years he's worked that job, probably a lot of his life. He's irate at the fact that people are rising up and don't like the police, and, probably like pent up rage from all that or something like that, and taking it out on everyone else because that's healthy and that's smart. Also, this guy, like, when he turned his brights on, it was one of those like little headlamp things that are on the cars. So it made me think that it was a cop car, but the way that he dressed and the way that he was acting made it seem like he was just an off-duty police officer that owned one of those in his, like, for personal use. So, yeah, not a fun scenario. Anyways, he's kind of calming down, and he's like, well, you say you're waiting on that house. Well, there's people coming out of that house. Are those people, is that your ride? And I was like, I don't know, it might be. And I drove up to them, and I will never forget how and what this person said. It was a, 50-year-old woman and her husband. And she came up to I came up to the car, but before I came up to the car, she was talking directly to the officer. And she kind of saw the end of this interaction of me kind of like, yeah, I'm just, I'm not trying to, cause any incidents. She saw the tail end of that, and she said something like, now what's going on here? And she had the tone of like why the fuck are you harassing my Uber driver? Like hey asshole, stop it. Stop it. And I heard that tone, and I was like, I'm not a very confrontational person. I will be if I have to. And I'll try to handle things as smoothly as possible, but I don't want to. I just want to sit and enjoy my life for now. And she just had all that confrontational energy that I wanted to have, and I was just like, come on over here. Even if you're not my ride, I'm sticking right next to you. They ended up being my ride, but it was so nice. When she got in the car, she was like, what was that all about? And I kind of told a brief summary. It's like, I was trying to get off the side while waiting for you, but this guy thought he didn't have enough room and turned out being a cop. And she's like, oh, he's just an asshole. You shouldn't listen to him. And I was like, yes, sister. Yes. That was interesting. That happened late last night. Still in my brain, because it's like, again, it's like with like privilege, you know. And the area that I live in, I live north of Chicago, north suburbs are like better than like South Chicago in terms of location and like people in the area, the affluent area. And it's just stuck with me a little longer because it's like police, you know. God, I remember in like 5th grade, a police officer came to school and it was so cool. Now that I'm thinking back to it, there was like one Mexican dude in our class, all white. And she's telling stories about how she caught all these criminals and you know how you know amazing and cool, like, oh, whenever you see an officer, make sure you stop. You know, the kind of like slow manipulation of like young kids, you know, like, oh, the police are here for you to help. I bet if you go into the hood, they will never say anything like that to any of the people there because they're not friends with the people out there. They're trying to be friends with all the, you know, white rich kids out here. They're not going to try to be friends with all the black poor people out there. And just poor people or black people. You know, it's not either or and whatever. Just, you're white and rich, white or rich, we're going to treat you nice. No, you're white and rich or you're white, we're going to treat you nice. You're black and rich, they're not going to treat you nice. And this is like the first time, like I've seen a lot of things on the news and I've seen a lot of things everywhere else, and it's like, you know, you see it and you're like, oh, that's shit. You know, maybe I'll stand up for whoever if that ever happens, you know, out in public. But it just doesn't happen out in public. And for the first time in ever, to have a police officer just automatically walk up to you and say and assume you're being a dick to me because you're not listening to exactly what I'm saying, I'm gonna threaten you in a very aggressive way, and not in like obviously threatened, but like I'm gonna be threatening to you, and I'm going to be aggressive to you because you're not listening to exactly what I'm saying, and that is frightening. Nothing happened, just rhetoric being spoken, but it was frightening, and it was like, holy shit, I feel that, and then it's something that will always stick with me. And I never, like, after all the movements that happened over the summer, not pooping, the other movements, the Black Lives Matter movement and all that stuff, the flare-ups, you know, I thought I'd understand then, and I thought I'd change my opinions then. After tonight, definitely changed my opinions about police. Police in Chicago. Police up here, they're like tame. You know, you walk up to them and it's like, hey, how's it going? They're like, oh, hi. Nothing happens here. I'm, you know, hi, high five. they're like super go lucky out here. Like Chicago police, you're on my shit list. You don't fully change and re-up your program and make sure everything's fine, and then you don't treat everyone in the South who look black like criminals, or at least exude the idea that you don't do that. Like, companies, whenever something bad happens and they have something said about them, it's like, oh, you know, you don't treat Mexicans with, you know, pride or whatever, and then they'll have a campaign that comes out. It's like, we treat Mexicans great. They obviously don't say it exactly like that, but like, they exude the idea that even though they have all these fucked up things that have happened, they exude the idea that, oh, no, we fixed them, or we're doing better, or we're trying to do this. Even if they aren't, they still have that. The police are like, no, we're right. We need to treat all of the immigrants, all of the non-white people like they're below us. And it's like, holy fuck, you're doubling down on a standard that should not exist anymore. How are we not like burning down like police stations by the thousands? Like, that's the weird. It's definitely that is not a company, and they're integrated so deeply into our society that like very little big things like that are happening, like with the George Floyd protests. Yeah, it happened, like, but only during that time. Not now. It's not like there's like they'd be considered terrorist groups because the media is controlled by the United States, and because they're so in depth, the police are such a big part of the United States. You know, the media would probably portray the people going against the police as terrorists. Anyways, I'm surprised that there aren't. Well, I kind of get why there aren't, like, you know, terrorists just popping up and burning down, you know, police buildings in Chicago. You know, like, I feel like that's the rational next step, but it isn't, because it's so integrated in society, and everyone's like, well, what do? We can't defund the police. Then people go rampant and raping and murdering everyone else around you. It's like, that's not the point. You know, with like the whole Black Lives Matter movement, that's the slogan. That's not meant to explain everything. Defund the police is supposed to get your attention, but it's not supposed to explain everything. That's to the point of people who's talking to you. If you go up to someone and you say, yeah, what's a well, let's see, what's a slogan? What's Coca-Cola's slogan? Always Coca-Cola. What if they get bought out? What if Coca-Cola got bought out and their slogan was always Coca-Cola? Or you're giving an IV to someone and, you know, they're a big Coca-Cola fan. They go, always Coca-Cola. Don't give me an IV of saline. Always Coca-Cola. It's like, that's weird. No. Like, why would you say that? Like, oh, they had a commercial where it's like, always Coca-Cola, and they pour Coca-Cola into the IV. It's like, no, that's stupid. It's like, well, that's not the point. That's not the point to be rational in this case for the Coca-Cola. Anyways, I had a mildly interesting interaction with police, and now they make me not want to trust them anymore. More so than usual. So, after talking about that, there is a part of me that just likes talking about, like, a lot of different things, because I don't want to do what I need to do, which is like practicing drawing things that are difficult. It's like, it's kind of something that I want to shy away from. But I think I'm gonna get rid of my pen. Go with a pencil. There's pen marks on my sheet. Oh, fuck. Alright. I gotta find a what is like a I'll just type in consumer electronics. Hold on. I'll show you guys. Browser. There we go. Consumer electronics. I want to draw something interesting here. Okay, I'm gonna. It's gonna pop up for a split second. This is my like master list of a bunch of ideas that I just keep track of constantly. I actually have a little booklet here too that I might look through, of just design ideas that I've kind of come to see and find and look at and whatever. Ooh, that's cool. Preventable emergency services. This is a cool, like, logistics idea, is for when an alarm sounds for like a tornado or a flood or something like that, to put out mobile services into the area. It'd be like a high-paying job because there's risk of major injury. Put them out into the area where the storms are going to be the worst, into like armored vehicles that are meant to withstand storms. Put them out in the areas, make them sit there, and then when bad things happen due to the storm, you fix them immediately. It's a really cool idea. I want to make my own country. That's my life goal, is to build a floating city off the coast of like Seattle. Build a floating city that uses the flow of the ocean that makes the waves to store as energy, as well as like a dam, like a fluid water hydropower to make electricity, and probably also sunlight too. It'd be like a really nice really nice island. A couple of my friends have taken slots on that island. Anyways, it'd be really cool to implement this like emergency services thing. Really cool. Bluetooth headphones that store music. There's a when I was looking for headphones, the one thing that I wanted to look for was headphones that store music on the I'm moving things around. Sorry, you can. Oh god. Oh god. Close. When I was looking for headphones, I wanted to find something that was, you know, just earbud size, like little tiny things that could also store music on them. Because to me, that would be the best idea. Turns out, the way that people have gone with things is that you get a nice like smartwatch that stores the music. Then you get the earbuds that go with the smartwatch that then you can listen to music on the go. Because if you're going to be running, you're probably going to have a running watch with you, so therefore you're going to have the running watch and the earbuds. However, it'd still be interesting to make a nice, you know, maybe smaller than this, headphones with a charging case, where the the music is not stored in the actual headphones. The headphones are always Bluetooth connected. It's just that when they're not connected to your phone and they're on, like outside of the case, when they're not connected to their phone and they're on, they're connected to the case, and the case has the music stored in there through like a SD or TF card. That would just be so much easier, because instead of bringing your giant ass phone with you, you can bring this tiny little case in your pocket, or hold it with you while you're on a run, or you can make a little strap that goes for your arm. Like you can have like straps for your phone, but those are fucking heavy. If you ever had those, I can't put it up onto my. There's a whole rant. I can't put it up onto my bicep because it slides down because it's so damn heavy. I have to put it on my forearm when I run. Just kind of weird. I feel unconscious, or I feel subconscious, unconscious, self-conscious. That's the word. But it would be really cool if a headphone company did that, or if I do that. That'd be really interesting. That'd be fun. And it's not something where it's like I need to design something like super rad or something super interesting. It's like it's literally just like something that you implement into something that already exists. I'd be willing to like contact a headphone company and be like, hey, can you do this? And I'll, you know, design part of it, but you know, can I just use your electronics to do it? Make you money in the process. Okay. One thing that's also interesting that I might draw, a little difficult, but a bracelet that holds rings. So it would be, I have rings. They're cool. I have other rings that are in like a jewelry box over there. But it'd be cool to have like a nice little bracelet that you could take your rings off and you just hook it on to the bracelet. So if you're doing something with your hands, you know, they're not hindered in any way. That is a little difficult to draw. I might draw it. Oh. Okay, so this is one thing that's really cool, and I hope car companies, if you're listening, please do this. So the idea is to, on the exterior of a car, maybe on the sides or on the back or maybe in the front or maybe, you know, in just like ambient places, is to have a thin layer of some material that degrades over time, and not like, you know, over a year. I'd say like over like 5 to 10 years, have it degrade over time due to weathering. But have it thin enough where light can kind of like shine through just a little bit, like glow almost. It'd be like probably an LED backlit panel with this kind of material over top. So the idea is that as the car gets older, as things kind of degrade, the glowing gets more and more pronounced. And then you come to a certain point in time, like 5 to 10 years from there, where you just replace the exterior. And you replace this kind of coating that kind of subsides the glow. So it would kind of give you a reason, it would kind of like, it's something to be owned for a long period of time. Maybe it would, you know, you get the car, it's nice and everything, and then like 10 years in, it starts, then when it started, 10 years, 10 years, 8 years, I think, 8 years, it would start degrading. and then it would get this nice, like, pristine glow whenever you drive it. And then, you know, it doesn't degrade any further, it doesn't get any brighter, it would just get to a certain nice little glow. So it would influence people to keep their cars for longer, because it's, you know, the point of getting a new car is it works well, it looks nice, you know, it's got that new car smell. It works well for a while, but then when it gets to, like, you know, 80 to 100,000 miles, for most gas cars, it doesn't have that kind of flair to it. But for the car to just start creating that flair for you, it would be really interesting. It would be really interesting to see, like, the resale value on this stuff. It'd be really interesting. And totally hide it from the consumer, you know. It would just appear and it would just glow. And it'd be super cool, because then it, like, influences someone to maybe sell the car for more at that point, or to just keep it and to use it for longer. Really cool idea. I'm not just patting myself on the back. I think it's really, you know, something that should exist. I need to make my this is just stuff I need to do. I need to make my own business cards. Actually, that's something I might want to do today. No, I need a sketch. I think I might do over-the-ear headphones as a sketch, because I feel like I'm procrastinating even more. Camera. Camera. Google Glass. AR glasses. These are cool. Those look like idiotic. This would be cool if it was a flip-out camera. I might make that. The one on the far left over here. Oh man, if anyone wore that, I feel like I'd call them a nerd. And I was the nerd in high school. Actually, I take that back. I was a band geek. Band geeks unite. We get to go to classical music concerts and enjoy them when we're adults. I haven't gone to one recently, but they're fun. Oh, I remember I was an engineer for a bit before I went into industrial design, and then so I at the university that I went to before, there were these people in the hallway of the engineering building, and they were showcasing something like this. I was like, oh, that's interesting. That's kind of new. That looks like, oh yeah, it's a, you know, AR VR programming. It ended up being Google Glass, saying, like, trying to entice people in the college to, I don't know, give them funding so that they can work on it further. It worked pretty well for what it was. It was interesting, but VR just kind of took over and, like, kind of fucked them in that regard. But it was cool for at the time. It really wowed me. I liked it. I was kind of annoyed that it wasn't, you know, real. It wasn't like open market. But it was cool. Ooh, that's cool. Whoever did this, I'd wear that. I'd wear that. It's very difficult though to get that actually, that glow, that look. Probably look something like this. So this is bad in, like, so many regrets. It really looks like someone just, oh, it's because they're wearing glasses underneath. That makes it look like they're such an idiot. This is a weird pressure point to probably make your forehead sweaty, and also tamps down your hair, tamps down your hair, tamps down your hair. Bulky. Obviously doesn't interface well with his glasses, because his glasses are tilted up, while the visor is straight up and down. It looks like the guy's struggling. Yeah, I think I'll do some glasses. Huh. Ooh. I'm gonna do a design that I did sophomore year, theoretically, 3 years, so it was my freshman year, but second year at design school. It's a really cool idea to, like, have AR glasses, or AR inspired glasses. I'm actually gonna try to find one that looks kind of similar. This kind of looked similar. Were they floating or frameless? No, they were framed. They were kind of like this. I'm gonna look at it. There's one in here that kind of, I need a side profile like this. Yeah. I'll do that and I'll modify. I'll sketch this, just the glasses, from this angle. And then I'll do an overlay with it with another sheet of paper and do my design on it. So this will just be for fun. I want to try to find something that's a little bit better, more conducive. Is this? This is a better perspective to sketch it from. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's cool. It looks like she's being hypnotized. I will do your bidding. Pegasus. That sounds like I thought I've heard of that company somewhere. Oh, don't look at me. All right. What do I want to start with? I'll do this one first, just as like a, yay! I get glasses. I just want to get this like nose piece shaded correctly, and I'll do this. I have an hour. All right. I'm so tired already. I wish we lived in a world where if you yelled into a bottle and then captured it, it would yell as you let it out, or it would like sour. So like if you kept in there for like a few days and it would sour over time, like if you yelled like ah into it, it would come out like ah. There was the people that farted in a jar and fermented it and sat it in the fridge for like 4 months or whatever, and then gave it to a friend and it smelled absolutely terrible. It's like, why can't we do that with sound? That would open up so many different possibilities. That would be. There's so many like things. I gotta start working, or else I'm gonna get on a tangent. There's so many things that are like, so many subtle things that come from like, you know, fantasy ideas and interesting like concepts and everything. But there's so many like subtle things. It's like if we could trap sound waves in a box to be used later, like I guess you can do that with recording devices, but I'm saying like literally in a jar without advanced technology such as that. If you could just put it in a jar, things would be a lot different. Like a lot different. We wouldn't have recording devices that we have today, I don't think. Because if we can get it the exact way that it sounds in that jar as it comes out, it would just be a lot different. People could record conversations by just having a jar nearby and tightly screwing on the lid. I got what they said. Things would be so different. Just that one little thing different. The world would be so not vastly different. People, you know, aliens wouldn't have existed any sooner. So, well, aliens did. At least the way that they called them in the US, illegal aliens. Do you think if aliens ever came to the Earth, if we called them illegal aliens? Illegal Earth aliens? Why am I eye twinkling? Okay. I'm really distracted. No, I lost my place. I'm gonna put this here. I have to remember, I should usually write all my ideas in this book. I put it on my phone instead. So I need to put all the, I text myself and I need to put all the ideas onto my, to take the ideas from here specifically, and then put them onto here. So I'm gonna do that in the hour that I have before I leave. Alright. Is the music still playing, or did I go deaf? It is still playing. It's just like on the. Okay, that's weird. Okay. Properties. We're gonna look at this one first. Yeah, that one. Oh god, that's so big. It's gonna take up the entire screen. Yeah. Oh god, it's so big. So big. Sorry. I apologize. And Right. That's what that's what we're drawing. Well, that's what I'm drawing. You can draw it too. I know it's a little tiny on the screen, but it's the orientation doesn't. It's weird and it's a problem. Oh, I can just go. Augmented reality glasses. Oh, it's so big on my screen. All right. All right. I'm gonna basically have this covering my entire screen. I don't know if you know this already, but the camera that's here blocks like 90% of my vision whenever I'm looking at my screen. So I'm like always like looking around it. I have to like position everything in a really weird way. Okay, I'm gonna stop saying that. To wait for my brain to be like, alright, we're gonna start, but we're not actually gonna start. Okay, I'm gonna actually do a midpoint on here. Okay. And then I think the size of this is probably like, how big do I want to make these? They're pretty wide, but they're not too wide, so I'll probably put the size here. And then those edges where like it looks like the stems connect to the rest of the frame are actually pretty straight on. Yeah. I'm just gonna put them here. Here. Okay. Now the point of a quick sketch is to just go with it. So the idea here is that, okay, so it's gonna come in and terminates here. No, the top point route about here. Yeah. No, I gotta try this from a different way. Okay. A little better. No. I made the same exact mistake that I made the first time. And I gotta look at. There we go. Gotta get real close. Alright. Yeah, there we go. And then I'll manipulate that later, but probably in here and there. And then, so from here, the actual things kind of come out. And the thickness here is a little thick for what I'm going for, but I guess I just want to get the angle first. So the thickness of the glasses are about here. Yeah. And so we're going to go up here. We're going to get a little thinner, probably about that much. Yeah. Kind of an angle here. Yeah. It's not super smooth, but it works. And then here we kind of do a little bit of a bulge out. Little bulge. Nothing too drastic. And we kind of peel it out, and then put it here. Yeah. because I'm gonna actually take away this guide on the top. Glad I made it a pencil, because I actually need to add a little bit of depth to one side. There's a thickness kind of not issue, but I didn't account for it. But it's good. I can just erase this. I can move on. So this here, it looks like this kind of goes in, down. It looks like on here, like there's a thickness thing. I'm gonna go up, and then here I'm gonna taper it. Yeah, I actually need to make this a little wider. I'm not gonna add the little contraption bit because I think that's a little too complex for right now. I'm just trying to go and make things. Right. Can't really see my camera right now, but okay, I need to make a little one of these lines a little darker for you. Darker. Actually, I'm gonna redo this top section because it's a little bendy and the lines aren't very straight. And I'll darken them at the same in the process of doing it. Yeah. All right, going up. Actually need to erase this. Just kind of let it fade out. Gotta remember to use my full arm and range of motion. Not just always the wrist. Alrighty. Gonna let this one kind of subside it to there. And then take a little roundabout. Oop. Okay, I'm coming out a little too wide. I'm gonna do a darker line. Coming in here. And then I gotta get the right thickness again. So I'm gonna actually need to make this a little blocky. There we go. Right now, these aren't looking very good, but hey, I'm practicing. It makes things. I'm making things. I'm making things, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna kind of leave these a little blank. And again, just kind of come down. This is the outer edge. These are kind of blocky. Glasses. Yeah. Again. Come down. And we're gonna just sketch it out. Yeah. Get some nice definition on these lines. A little too wide. All right, now with the other side. I'm try to. Yeah, looking pretty symmetrical so far, I think. Yeah, alright. Come on downtown. I'm gonna curve that line a little differently. Alright, so now we're gonna do with this nose part. I think this edge is just gonna come in, and this one is just gonna come in, but it's all about the shape of this. We're actually gonna pull this in, but then out. And this is so that the endpoints are kind of like out here. I'm gonna make sure that that curve is in. No, it's got to be a little longer. So the angles to get there are a little sharper. Okay. Yep. There we go. Alright, got the nice outline there, but then we gotta bring this in. I'm actually gonna erase these momentarily because this actually has to curve in a really specific way. That needs to be thinner. That first edge that I just erased, it needs to be a little thinner. There we go. And same with this one. There we go. I think I like the right side a little better. I'm actually going to modify that. Kind of fit. Means this has to kind of come in. Yeah. That's the outer edge, but then there's like this nice subtly shaded line that kind of comes in. And trying my hand at shading, which I kind of don't really like, but I think it's mostly because I'm not very good at it again. This pencil is really not the greatest for shading, but it works. Gotta do a bit of an edge on the bottom here. Gonna use some finite control and actually use a lot more of my wrist because it's so close to this line here. Alright, it kind of cancels out into here. I'm gonna press a little harder because I don't want to do it over again. Let you listen in on the sounds of my sketching. This is just for color. Not necessarily for depth. This is like obviously like a thin sheet and I want to make it stand out as such, as it looks in the picture. Okay. That is my hand dragging on the table, by the way. I am not letting out a slow, relaxed fart. I'm not breathing. I'm focusing, and I'm breathing because of that. So this one's obviously a little more circular. This one's obviously a little more flat, but it's just a little subtlety, and I like the way it looks. I'll do a little bit of an interface design. Why not? I'm not going to go over any of the lines on the interface, so I'm making them as dark as possible now. Okay. I'm just gonna have Glaces. I thought 20 minutes. I think. Alright. I'm very tired. I'm so freaking tired. I don't wanna. I don't wanna do anything. Woke up late, didn't get a whole lot of done already. Gonna be doing a lot later today. I'm tired. You know what? I did things. I felt good about myself. I'll prep the image for tomorrow. Gonna change images. Work on. Yeah, it's pretty good. Oh god. This is the image that I want to work on tomorrow, and I want to do the glasses. But I think I might just not necessarily finish for now. I'm gonna add just a little bit. Maybe I'm very tired and I don't want to be tired right now. So I'm gonna actually go through some of the ideas that I need to write down in my booklet, because I feel like writing down in a booklet is a way better way to kind of like, not necessarily manifest ideas, but like at least think about them, keep them more present in my mind instead of just texting myself, because I've definitely forgotten like half the things that are in here by the last time I did it. One of these ideas I'm not gonna say because it's really good and I don't want to give it away. Yeah, there's that part of me that's like, oh no, you can't listen. I'm just gonna put this in here, but it's a dumb idea. Raisable and variable braille buttons, braille interface in a car. The dumb reason for that is that people who are blind aren't going to be driving, but they're still going to be in cars, so it'd be an interesting thing to have. A mask that suctions onto your face so there's no need for any straps that kind of get in the way of your hair, kind of put a lot of tension on your ears. Personally, I think this would be kind of an interesting idea, because like if you have a mask tight on your face, it's going to leave a mark anyways. But our noses, pretty solid part of our face, so if we have something kind of hinging a little bit on our nose but it's suctioned in, like it has the force of almost having it behind our ears without putting it behind our ears, then, you know, it's gonna, I feel like that would work. Is that all that I had on there? Did I put this on here? Feeterwear is a feeterwear, like underwear, but for feet. Yes, I know. So it's I really wanted to make this. If ever I were to do any sort of like merchandising, if ever I would get to a point to where a lot of people would want to listen to me ramble and draw, that'd be awesome. But if I were to like just make a bunch of like merchandise or something, I wouldn't make shirts or like things with a logo on it that are like mine or something like that. I wouldn't do that. I would either make a product that kind of has the logo on there, but the product is like, you know, a fully functioning product that you just buy normally, or I do something interesting like this, where it would be, and this is just an idea that could be used in for any sock company that is out there. There's Bombas is a sock company, and they're really nice. They make nice socks, and they're really cool colors. It'd be interesting and it'd be really cool to have a pattern or a color scheme that goes over 2 socks. So usually you have one sock and then the other sock is identical. It'd be more fun to have like a pattern that kind of goes over a very colorful or interesting pattern, or like a geometric pattern that goes over 2 socks, but they're not identical socks. And you do have the issue of like, oh, if you wear one on one side and you wear it on the wrong side, yeah, I'd mark them. But like to have a pattern that just does that. It's the way to socks that are intentionally mismatched. Socks that are intentionally not matching. But have an overall pattern to them. And it could be also to have the sock patterns match like a regular sock, but just have them different colors or have them alternating colors. That'd be so cool. I feel like. Wasn't that another thing? Or have one sock that's intentionally red and have another sock that's intentionally purple, but the colors match each other. You know, like they're meant to, like the hues are right. H-U-E-U. Yeah. Okay. Joystick mouse for elderly. I feel like that's something that exists. It's something that would kind of fit anyone with like shaky hands or non-accurate hands. He makes software for elderly people. A vocal interface. To fully control a computer that uses language from their era. So they're not going to use all the new hip language and words and everything, but they're going to use words that they grew up with. So it'd be interesting to have something that's like that. I wrote, if I don't have my booklet on me, I'll text it to myself. And I'm looking through all my old texts, and it's like, there's some really, really weird stuff in here. It's like parts of my brain that's like, why does this exist or does this not exist because of this? And another one's like, oh, cool product idea. Phone that's a phone that is slightly curved to fit, oh god, curved to fit the natural curve of your leg or butt. You can have like a butt one. Leg/butt to fit in your pocket. I know I think it was like Samsung made like a slightly curved phone that did that. And they're like, oh, you know, it'll fit in your pocket better. The curve wasn't right. I think it was too sharp is what it was. And it's like, it doesn't fit. It just makes a bigger bubble in my pocket. But you know what would be interesting? Is that it can be curved further. It's flexible. So it's not the fact that it's just a phone that's curved, but it's the phone that could be curved to a subtle degree, a subtle angle. That'd be interesting, you know, so that it could actually fit your leg pocket. So if you have a lot bulkier legs, it would fit your leg. If you have a lot like straight stick thin legs, it would fit your leg. That's, you know, technology for that is kind of interesting. You might just have to make the screen like separate from the bendy part, so the screen doesn't bend, but the bendy part does, so the screen would like sit into the phone if it were to bend, or the screen would sit up from the phone just a little bit if it were to bend. Samsung, get on it. This one's interesting. So I have a Sleep Number bed. I'm fancy. No, it's just a bed that my parents bought and I've had for like 20 years, and it works. It's a Sleep Number. So Sleep Number style bed. Style bed. That slowly deflates. I know. Slowly deflates. Subtly. When you fall into REM. REM's into deep sleep. To kind of like coddle you, to like kind of bring you in and like hug you almost as you're sleeping. It could be also used for people who tend to flail. Like they set it to their setting that makes them comfortable, but then the bed kind of like sits them in and kind of like envelops them a little bit as they sleep, so they can't move around as much, or it might, who knows, it might just make it your sleep that much better. I don't know, it's something to test out. But then reinflates when you wake up. When you wake up, or it could be used to wake you up. So it would inflate so fully that you'd become uncomfortable and you wake up. That'd be interesting. If the REM like deep sleep thing doesn't work, I would still want to make this bed to like overinflate itself to make yourself uncomfortable to wake up. That would be a really cool idea, because God, there's different things that people like. Simone Biles, no, Simone something or other, I forget her name. She makes really just dumb inventions on purpose, engineering things. There was that one that she had where it was the hand slapping you when it wakes up. It's like, yeah, it's not the greatest. It gets caught in your hair. It's like, kind of dangerous. But like, to wake up, people have made alarm clocks. They've made sun things. There's people that they connect their bed sheets to like essentially like a long vibrator that vibrates the bed so you get out of bed. Or there's which is not as weird, and it vibrates at a frequency that's not enjoyable. Just saying. I have not tried it. That's what they advertise it as. The other one is that your bed mat, like your carpet outside your bed, is the alarm clock, and it'll start buzzing at a loud volume just because of like the frequency that it's vibrating at, and you have to step on the mat to turn it off, and you have to be standing on it with all of your weight for a certain amount of time, and it'll like wake you up. It would be interesting to have, yeah, like something that it literally makes your bed like unsleepable. Like the whole reason why people get up and don't wake up on time is because they fall back asleep. So like if you make an alarm clock, my alarm clock's up there, it's a little shelf. If you make an alarm clock that you have to walk up to turn off, I can, because I've done this on multiple occasions. I sleep in the basement in the house that I'm currently in, and my clothes are on the second floor. I have gone from the basement to the second floor to use the bathroom up there. There's a bathroom on the first floor, but I've used the bathroom on the second floor, walked all the way downstairs, and then fallen asleep immediately. I can do a hell of a lot if I'm motivated enough just to get into a comfortable bed. So, it's not that far off to like make your bed uncomfortable, to have something that makes your bed uncomfortable. A system that tilts bed up as the alarm. So So this just gave me another idea. Is to... My bed's behind me. I don't know if you can... Bed. So, again, running with the idea of, you know, trying to make your bed as uncomfortable as possible. The vibrating thing would be pretty interesting. I don't know. There's a part of me that feels like I'd get used to that, but I don't know if I would. Anyways, so the thing that reinflates to make it stiff and uncomfortable. I can fall asleep anywhere. Some people can, but I can sleep pretty much anywhere. I can sleep on the floor. Sometimes I do, like at night for full 8 hours of sleep on the floor. It's comfortable. It can be comfortable. Don't judge me. Anyways, it'd be cool to have like a pneumatic system that like it's not like necessarily as your alarm, but at a certain time, it'll tilt the bed up to a subtle like 10-degree angle. Not enough to like shove you off, but hard to sleep on. And it wouldn't be something that you can just turn off. It would be something where your bed's gonna be like that for an hour. So you either have to be dedicated enough to try to sleep on it for an hour before it goes back to its normal state, or you just don't sleep on it. That'd be fun. I want to make that. I feel like I have to live alone first to do that because my brother just kind of sort of is going to move back home. He is here, but he didn't move back fully yet. Anyways, it's a weird situation. It wouldn't be that bad. You know, this house, I think, is 1,800 square foot, including the basement. Not very big. 4 people, 1,800 square foot. It's a little compact. But what makes it worse is that there's 3 people. Okay. There's one person, myself, who's 6'4". There are 2 people who are 6'2". The last person is 5'4", I think. That's my mother. Anyways, 3 massive people in 1,800 square foot living here. A lot of us. My dad works from home too. My brother does a lot of stuff here. He wants to work from home. I technically work from home because I'm here a lot. I'm here now. Oh god, I need to get my own place before I'm gonna do any sort of like really cool contraptions. I feel like I have to get my own place with a garage because I think apartment buildings would say hell no to large woodworking equipment. Probably kill me in my sleep, or just make my bed into an ejection bed and do the same thing. Alright, I think that's enough. It is 3:36 for me currently. I'm going to get off and I'm gonna implement the schedule that I had talked about earlier in the stream. This is my schedule. It will be my schedule. I'm changing it. I'm changing it now, and I might change it later again, but this, I think, works the best. And I only have 1 off day instead of 2. See? That's why it's better. And I think it's just better times for people to join. At least 6 to 10 most days, excluding Saturday, which will be Sunday. Saturday, which will be Sunday. Saturday, which will be 1 to 4, and then Friday, I don't get on. Also, Wednesday might change. I'm a very fluid person, so making like a solid schedule is like... I like solid schedules, but it seems like I can't be attuned to them lately, now that I've been like working on my own. Alright. Oh. I won't be streaming tomorrow. No, I'm not going to be because I have to make a bed frame for that tomorrow. And I'm going to the Rivian thing where I'll post some pictures and some videos of the cool design that Rivian, the R1T, they just made it. I'm gonna go to their factory in Normal, Illinois and check it out, maybe drive it, who knows. Take some pictures, take some videos. It'll be fun. But it takes up my entire day pretty much, so I can't do this tomorrow. I'm sorry. I can't even work tomorrow for Ubers. That's like more of the annoying part is I can't make money. My car's falling apart, man. I need money. Anyways. I will be on. I am scheduled to be on Monday from 6 to 10 p.m. I should be there. Anyways. Bye bye. Au revoir.